Hello, dear friends and subscribers of this, your favorite channel, sayitcorrectly.org. Today we are going to see, or analyze rather, a global airport. Global airports are for people, for global citizens. So this is something that everybody that flies internationally or domestically should know. First, you see the entire airport where you can see planes and buildings and a control tower. You can also see the runway where the airplane either lands or takes off or taxi. That means to move slowly in the runway after landing or before taking off. When you come closer to the airport, you will see signs. Airport, 5 kilometers or 5 miles. You can see signs that would say departing flights or arriving flights. You can also see domestic flights within the country or international flights. Also, you will see places to park, and you will see short-term parking where you can park for a day or less than a day, for hours. Or you can see a long-term or extended parking, and then you can leave your car at the airport and pick it up on the way back if you're flying to another city for 2 or 3 days. You can also see, as you come closer to the airport, you will see signs such as drop-off bay, which is passenger drop-off bay. You can leave your friends to fly out of that airport at this bay. Or you can pick them up there and you will see the sign passenger pickup bay. That's the typical signs you can see in an airport when you come to an international airport or a hub, which is called, a hub. It's a central airport where other flights depart and arrive. Continuing with our trip to this international or global airport for global citizens. If you are a global citizen, you go through this procedure like a piece of cake. What we are trying to do here is to set your mind or train your mind to think in 2 languages, that is, being bilingual. So when you get inside, when you go inside the terminal, you're going to have 2 sections: the information screens and the counter. We are going to go to the counter first because this is where the airline counters are located. So you have a ticket and you go to the counter corresponding to your ticket. Let's say you have LATAM. So you go there, you check in. The action is to check in. You report yourself to the counter, and then you get a ticket, or you validate your ticket, and you get a boarding pass. Now, you drop off. The action is to drop off your luggage. So you give them your suitcases, and they give you a ticket that they adhere to your flight ticket, and then you keep something that is called your hand luggage, or in America they call it the carry-on luggage or your hand luggage. Now we're going to move into the information side, information screen, and it has about 7 or 8 nouns that you must remember and you must have clear in your mind. So let's say that you already have your plane ticket, your boarding pass, and you are ready to verify the information where you need to go. So where do you go? You go to the information screen. The information screen, you verify, the first thing that you verify or double check is the time. You need to know if you are on time for the flight or you are late. The second thing you need to check is the flight number, okay? And then you go to the flight number and make sure that it is the correct destination. You don't want to get on the wrong plane. It's almost impossible because traveling is like a ritual. You do the same things over and over again. So then you verify the schedule in which you have to be at the boarding time, okay, and the gate. You have to make sure you double check the gate. After that, you proceed to the next step. So the next two steps, you have to go through the security area, which we have here an illustration. Now, in the security area, you have to go through the checkpoint, the physical checkpoint where you check your body, that you don't have any metal in your body. And then you place, but before you go through the physical check, you have to drop your luggage, your computer, in baskets in the conveyor belt for them to be run through the X-rays. That is, they scan your luggage, your hand luggage. You go through the security and you pick up your stuff, your belongings, and from there you go to the immigration department where they stamped your passport. They check all the documents, that everything is in order, that you are the person who's leaving the country. Then you proceed to the waiting lounge. In the waiting lounge, you have another counter for the airline where they tell you they're almost ready to begin boarding, and you have restrooms nearby. I always thought that the best word for the place is rest rooms, because you go there, you relieve yourself, and you rest. And we usually use the restroom before we get on the plane. Okay, so that'll do it for today. This is all you do. It's like a ritual, as I said before. You are global citizens, and flying in and out of international airports is, as I said before, a piece of cake if you feel secure, if you feel safe, and if you feel confident that in case they ask you questions, you will be able to answer them in English, of course. And then you get on the plane and you start thinking about what are you going to tell people in the immigration department when they ask you, "Sir, what is the purpose of your trip?" That will cover in our next dialogue with the authorities. This is it for today. Have a nice day, and we'll see you later.